Well, Ben, we've got
We got
a
one
second
more
episode of Ahsoka, so you know what that means.
Did you just straight run through that? Like, you didn't even want to. You're not even going to edit any of this. This is just airing straight.
All
through,
that's going. All that's staying in. I also wanted that pause so I could cut in a garbage day. We're good. We're gonna start episode 2 now. Oh, 56. That was 56 minutes long, bro. I can't believe that.
I feel like though 56. So like Disney.
Toil and Trouble. That's a comedic title. All
right.
right.
It's not quite as bad as you think it is.
Well, honestly, a longer runtime if it's really, really good.
Right. No, I just meant like jokingly wise, but yeah.
Like fucking Fargo? Yeah, give me long episodes.
Yes.
Give me more of that.
I always wonder about like things like Mandalorian and like say Ahsoka, where it's on streaming. They can make whatever timeline they like. Like look at like Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
One episode was 63 minutes. One episode was 32 minutes.
Yeah.
Like wow.
You are seeing that a little bit more and more. There's no consistency.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that if they're just trying to.
But then
is that Weinstein?
Like you could just basically make it one movie then. So, like
Hera Syndulla?
Oh, she's Hera.
The older lady?
The Twi'lek.
Get some rest.
Wait. She was the Twi'lek.
Yeah. So
that's why I didn't recognize her.
Yeah.
Because she's a fucking tentacle monster.
Right. This very moment.
Shuttle Tidarium.
So Lambda Class A shuttle.
Whatever. Do they have a code clearance? It's an older code.
I do like that is an iconic Star Wars like ship though.
Oh yeah, it looks like the Emperor's shuttle too, right? Yeah. When he lands.
Stonehenge. This is like the fifth time they've.
This is Star Wars Stonehenge.
Right, like they showed that with Baby Yoda and Mando. Like they just love Stonehenges.
If I'm gonna quick say, I always thought Captain Piet had sort of a weak exit from Return of the Jedi. I know he dies on the Executor.
Yeah.
With a bunch of other guys, but
with the A-wing going through.
Yeah, he just blows up with a bunch of other guys. I was like, I kind of feel like he should have had like a specific death, a specific character death.
After he was spared by Vader and all.
Well, at the end of Empire, when he's so conflicted, he doesn't have it in him to choke Piet out at the end when the Falcon just takes off.
Right.
Even though it was perfect, and you can see the fear in Piet's. The actor was probably told like you need to
act like your life.
You need to like start shitting yourself right now in fear because Vader's been knocking off officers all film.
Reflex point on. So this map
this
for
is
Thrawn
ancient Sith magic, Ben.
has to be placed on. This is.
Toil and Trouble is a cheesy
title. It's a Shakespeare, like, you know what I mean?
I know. I just think of like children.
Well,
like I think of I think of Hocus Pocus.
Right, because of Shakespeare.
Of Shakespeare.
Right. I mean, it's a hack.
Shakespeare's a hack. I was gonna say
this is real writing here. Look at that.
This is quality.
That is real acting.
This is some high quality, proper content. Right. Is what we like to call this.
I can see why this is 44 minutes, because like 8 minutes of it's
God, they are so proud of that fucking animal. They just gonna keep cutting back to it. So wait, what happened is they were fighting, and then she got stabbed.
And then Ahsoka landed, and I guess...
But now it's daylight.
Because that woman stole the map and ran off. And then Ahsoka took her to the hospital.
Okay.
The droids broke everything.
Why was he still there? Where was he just on the ceiling? Was he on the ceiling? What the fuck was that?
Wait, did she just say I was hoping you were still here?
The robot?
She knew he was there? Why? Why were you hoping he was still there?
I was hoping you... That line didn't make any sense.
Oh, so they could get his head?
Well, how did she know that was there to begin with?
Right.
There was...
Men.
Wait, she's just back on... She's not even on the mend.
No, she's fully healed.
She's not even on the mend. She's like up and...
There's not blood seepage, nothing.
There wouldn't be blood with a lightsaber stab, would it?
It's true. It cauterizes, yeah. Good thing that one droid just happened to still be there.
Why was it still there?
To kickstart the show.
No, like, literally, why was it still there?
Because the show needs him to be there, Drew.
I hope that's not the case, because that's bad. Like, was he there specifically to assassinate Ahsoka, like, because
what are they even doing here? Like they're.
She's getting something out of the brain of the robot.
But why is it like this? Like,
and they basically said the robot's head would explode.
Right.
So
we arbitrarily came up with this. The droid could blow up, but then it didn't anyway.
And the other droid had to stop it because he didn't want to die. It's like, stop doing that! You're gonna kill us all. God, they got sexy ass Elizabeth Weinstein. They put head tentacles on her, and so that's the proper use for you.
Right.
She's so great in Fargo.
Why? Maybe it's something from Rebels that I'm missing, but like, why does Ahsoka and Sabine have like this like?
Once again, this is a question I can't answer because I've never seen it.
Right. I feel like the show suffers from the collective universe knowledge that like you just assume everyone watching the show has seen everything else already.
Maybe.
Sometimes Marvel does that. Not too much. Like Marvel's pretty good about it, but like at times Marvel will do things where it's like, oh, we assumed you watched the other show, and you didn't, so now you just don't know what's going on. Sorry, tough. Like deal with it.
Well, this whole map thing is sort of goofy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's like they have to do some sort of seance to try and like make it work.
It's like
it's literally a map just to a guy.
It's like the Calculon episode in Futurama, where like Hermes is like, "This is the most unscientific thing we've ever done."
Yeah, like they're gonna have to like slit a goat's neck like on the altar when the moon is rising, and it'll like beam a bloody red light towards Thrawn or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, what is this? It's a map.
To a person
who might not even be there anymore.
Right.
Like wherever it's gonna fucking
And
take
it's a physical map too. It's not like a digital map.
Unless it's gonna wait, what's happening?
Does she have force powers?
Or maybe the fire picked it up? Alright, so the bad guys got the map now. So the good guys and the bad guys have no idea where Thrawn is.
Right.
So what's Thrawn doing? Just like
you're just chilling?
He's the one eating nachos grande in a bar somewhere.
Right.
Like, he's like a blue man. He's like, I'll suck your dick. I'll suck your dick. Like, General Thrawn, we need you. The Empire's
fuck, damn it.
He's like Rickety Cricket. He's like blue Rickety Cricket. He's like, all right, well, if you want inside me, it's going to cost you a whole $6. He's like, nobody wants inside you, Thrawn. We just want you to lead the new Empire. Oh my God! There's literally a beam of light pointing towards him. I was just making that up. They actually did it. There's like a beam of light pointing to him.
Right.
You're right though. The Twi'leks, the new Twi'leks in Disney are too clean.
Yeah.
They're too. Like, they're not alien at all. They're making them. They're trying to make them too sexy.
That's probably. Well, remember in the Book of Boba Fett, there was the one.
They were wearing the midriffs.
Yeah. Yeah. The one dude's like a jacked up, like.
But now that Disney owns it, it's like they're setting the precedence. Does that just mean Bib Fortuna was like horribly fucking ugly in the Twi'lek world?
I am curious about that.
He was just like everyone's like, yeah, nobody fucked Bib Fortuna.
Lucas also made a Twi'lek senator, Orn Free Taa, that was like super fat and had like the crazy.
Oh, you're right.
And his like Lectu went down under his chin and everything.
Yeah. He was like the fat. It's a John Goodman Twi'lek. Actually, John Goodman lost some weight.
And then he gains it. And then he loses it. And then he gains it.
He's great in the right.
Hey, he's in the next Futurama episode.
Santa?
Yeah.
Nice!
Next episode.
Oh, nice!
Please let us live. We'll put out milk and cookies for you.
You dare bribe Santa?
The next episode is Zoidberg and Bender go back.
He only played Santa in the first episode.
Yeah. No, he plays him in both Santa episodes.
No, I don't think he does in the second one.
I think so.
I'm not 100%, but I don't. I think somebody else plays Santa in the second one. In the one where they have to go to like his ice palace.
Yeah.
I think that's somebody else. That might even be. That might even be John DiMaggio voicing him.
Really?
I think so. I'd have to look it up. We'll look it up after this is over.
Ha! No human could do all that. All been very naughty indeed.
But it is John Goodman for this one. They made a big deal about getting him for it.
Nice.
But the story premise is Zoidberg and Bender go back in time to fight Robot Santa.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I don't know why they go back in time. I don't know how they go back in time.
Yeah, fine.
I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah.
I enjoy the idea that Bender and Zoidberg are like teaming up.
That's an unlikely friendship. You know?
Right. I can dig that. You know? Oh, that's literally.
Yeah. See. Okay.
That's all a lightsaber does to you.
I'm so sick of people getting run through with lightsabers and just not dying.
You just said the other episode it didn't bother you.
No, it didn't bother me. It shouldn't have blood pouring out. Is what I say. Because it was cauterized.
Okay.
But it's like between her, Reva, the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, he gets supposedly.
There was Kylo.
Yeah, Kylo.
No.
He gets hit with the
Kylo.
bowcaster.
No, in Rise of Skywalker, Rey runs him through.
Oh, well,
and then
he does die, though.
She heals him then.
Yeah.
No, I mean in the middle of the movie.
Oh, right.
Well, it's like getting cut through with a lightsaber means like nothing anymore.
Supposedly the reason Grand Inquisitor lives is
Don't bring up the two stomachs. Don't do it. Don't do it. I read all that shit on game FAQs. What kind of a fucking lame ass super nerd like looks up like the fucking
the number of stomachs.
Okay, why didn't Reva die?
She had 1.5 stomachs.
She went right through the fucking middle.
She had 1.5.
They just cut to her on Tatooine in the next episode.
She had 1.5.
She was walking around normally. Like, what happened? Did they forget to like 6 months of recovery and? Oh, did the protocol droid just out him?
Yep.
What?
Wait, what? We just happens to be on that ship?
The one that's literally leaving.
Right. Oh, that guy.
What?
That guy, they showed him like doing like weird like.
Wait, so the whole room is corrupt?
Yep.
But not the guy running the room?
Yeah. He's a good guy though. See how he like jumped up? Yeah. And
wait,
now.
What? Oh, get on that ship!
You gotta hurry, Ahsoka, run!
Ahsoka, you gotta be faster than that. No, use the Force, just rip it down. Just bring it right back.
Oh. Wait a second.
Wait, there's a guy.
Is he robot? No, he's not robot.
Wait, is that the...
There's a robot, and I think he's an Inquisitor.
Was that an Inquisitor or the older man?
How did she get to a ship already?
That's okay. That's okay. She's on the fly.
This is just to make it, because she has 2 lightsabers, they want to make it into
every single fight is she's going to fight 2 people.
Right,
Yeah. Now, will she actually have a fight with Thrawn?
No, because Thrawn should never actually physically fight.
He's too smart for that. What?
That's Chopper.
He's like, no, don't hurt me.
It's like it's like R2-D2 from Rebels. Like it's the notable.
It's a Inquisitor Force user and a robot.
Yeah.
Shouldn't the robot just die immediately?
This is literally just to keep Ahsoka busy while Hera has to do her bit.
Well, the robot's dead now. Okay, there we go. I knew it was going to be fodder.
Right, yeah.
Shouldn't he be really scared now?
Not now.
Let's see how you fare against 2 lightsabers.
Yeah.
It just looks like a piece of metal flying around.
Oh, he just picked up a Lego.
Is he just throwing chunks of the ship at it?
I got Legos.
He's just throwing bolts from the ship at the thing? No. He's doing the Grievous thing. Oh. Oh no, he's doing the Frieza thing. That thing's going to come, it's going to boomerang back. Ooh, that's kind of neat. It's a cool visual. She's going to have to do a jump because the lightsaber thing's going to come back. Oh!
What?
Oh, I like that. I like that. That was neat.
Why didn't she...
She could have jumped up.
Yeah.
She could have jumped up. Let's ignore the fact that she could have jumped up and say how cool that was. She nonchalantly... But you're right. She could have just jumped right up.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't because there was there was the other apprentice up there.
I guess.
Maybe she didn't want to fight both of them.
All right, so the ship finally catches up. This is dumb. This is dumb.
Oh, they got the tracker on.
Right.
At the last second.
You know,
You're right.
Here's all for Mando gear.
Okay, so she does have a record. So she's like a rebellious Mando?
Yeah,
Is that what that is? Okay.
She was like, if I remember the Rebels right, she was like part of the Death Watch and then.
But she's not part of like any of the cults.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like she could get to.
She was part of the Death Watch and then quit the Death Watch.
Oh, there you go. So does she not give a fuck about like
the Mando
Bo-Katan or anything?
No.
Or, okay. Do you think we're gonna see Boba Fett or Mando or any of them?
We could maybe see Bo-Katan because Bo-Katan was in Rebels, I think.
Okay.
But it would probably be like one episode, like you know what I mean,
Be the
like
finale or whatever,
right.
maybe if anything.
I'm actually still surprised that in Mando season 3 finale we did not see any camos.
Camos?
Cameos.
Oh, cameos. Yeah.
Like there was no Fett, no.
Yeah, I thought for sure Fett was gonna pop up.
Like anyone, like, like no one appeared.
Like, is Timothy Olyphant still in the show or whatever? I don't know.
What's the update on that track?
Yeah, Ahsoka has no personality in this.
No.
She is got no presence. She does not command the screen at all when she's
Yeah.
in scenes.
That doesn't even have to be Rosario Dawson.
No, it doesn't. She's like, so, I mean, maybe this will change in later
I
episodes.
would hope.
But she's our main lead, and she has nothing to do. I feel like they're capable. Like, they just don't care anymore. I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's that they don't care. I think they're just playing to the common denominator. Like, you know what I mean? Like
they really not want to make, like, a story that people want to look back on and go, like, because let's be, nobody is ever going to go and rewatch, like, Mando Season 3.
right.
Nobody's ever going to go rewatch Book of Boba Fett.
Maybe years from now, if you want to catch up on Star Wars, you'll just watch through Mando.
A random new fan might watch through one thing.
Right.
But like somebody who has already watched it, is never going to watch Book of Boba Fett again. Like, why would you?
Right.
Or Obi-Wan, or like any of that trash.
Garbage Day!
Maybe Mando Season 1, because I remember enjoying that. I've never rewatched it, but I could... Oh, she cut her hair. She's got that short hair now. Does it gotta be purple? I'm just getting, I'm getting flashbacks to what's her name? The chick that...
Oh, that's one of those old Jedi things.
No, who's the lady who, like, fucking flew the fucking thing into...
Holdo.
Holdo. The
dumb.
Holdo maneuver.
Yeah, that was dumb.
We can't try that. It's like it's a 1 in a million shot.
We need to know some Holdo maneuvers. Do some real damage.
Come on, that move is 1 in a million.
That's such a horrible retcon.
All right, here we go. We're gonna see Thrawn. Like,
Is this the Thrawn?
Yeah.
Oh, so many holograms in this show.
Yeah.
A lot of more holograms than normal, right?
Wait, you have to take it. Like, you have to get Thrawn out of exile.
So they need to find Thrawn to get him out of exile. What exiled him?
I guess the space whales thing.
Just. Oh.
Remember how I told you about the space whales thing
oh,
at the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of Rebels?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand it.
Literally, once you're done watching this, like when we're all done, go use Disney Plus, pull up the very final episode of Rebels. Just the final episode. Just watch that one. It's like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And you'll be then, you know what I mean? Like, vivid? Is vivid the word? Wait. Is
Her
vivid
determination is vivid?
Yeah, like, is that the word? Wait.
Her determination is vivid. But there's also so few Sith left.
I don't think they're Sith. I don't, like...
Or dark side users, for the most part.
Right, but he doesn't want to kill Jedi, then what the fuck is your point, dude?
So there's still Inquisitors roaming about? Oh my god, that's it?
Oh, I thought it was Seth Green.
Seth Green.
I thought it was.
Seth
I thought it was.
Oh.
There's Steph Green.
Huh. It just sort of ended. Okay. So the bad guys are still looking for Thrawn.
So everyone's looking for Thrawn.
And why is Ahsoka looking for Thrawn? So what is Ahsoka? So what's Ahsoka's stakes with Thrawn? Why does she want to kill him so badly?
Because she wants Ezra back, and Ezra left with Thrawn.
When they glow like that,
they're about to jump into hyperspace.
The Force will be with you, always.
Okay, but she's gonna kill Thrawn?
I don't know if Thrawn's the end game for her, but like,
well, she's in Mando season 2. She's like, I'm looking for Thrawn.
Maybe she was under the assumption that Thrawn was back, and if Thrawn's back, that means Ezra's back. I don't know. this is that. Once again, that feels like that scene from like Mando is one of those like, hey, we're gonna throw this name out there.
It's just
and we'll
figure it out later.
Right.
But they didn't. And they forgot about it.
Well, and then when they did, it doesn't quite correlate. Like, you know what I mean? The pieces are there.
No, it's
like they don't like it fits like this rather than like this.
Shit.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's that fucking shit where like there's too many fucking hands in the honeypot. Mm-hmm. Like there's too many writers like that aren't. They're not even watching like their old things.
Right.
Like, you got that shit with Ant-Man 3 where Ant-Man's daughter is like a totally different character than what she was in the first two Ant-Mans.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she's like talking down to Scott like he didn't fucking help unblip everybody.
Like, how dare he?
Yeah, and there's no like arc where she's like proven wrong or anything like that. Where it's like
she
so
stole
strange.
a cop car, miniaturized it, and gave it back, and then didn't get any repercussions for it.
Yeah, like there's really horrible life lessons in that movie that shouldn't be. There's so many weird things where. Remember in fucking Obi-Wan when Vader walked up to Obi-Wan and said, "Have you come here to kill me?"
Have you come to destroy me?
Like Obi-Wan was there first.
Yeah,
you walked up to him. Fix the dialogue.
That feels like it's a problem of having a writer's room type issue.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A and B wrote this, C, D wrote that, E, F, G wrote this, and then you took E, F, G's, C, D's, and A, B's together and made it into a scene.
It's how you get Poochie the dog.
Poochie! Yeah.
Remember when Lisa even says like why, like when she explained to Homer why Poochie didn't work,
right?
And how like Poochie is just basically like a soulless
corporate
committee think.
Woof woof woof.
Look, Squidgy, it's our new friend, Poochie.
Hey kids, always recycle. To the extreme, busted.
And he's like, oh, it's not that bad, you know. And, that's what a lot of the Star Wars is, though.
Well, it's not even just Star Wars, though. Like,
yeah,
it's 90% of TV.
Well, committee thinking is a big problem because you dial down the risk taking quite a bit with committee thinking because you got everybody's own things like, well, you can't. You got to do this. You got to have this. You got to have this. You got to have.
Well, and I like that. Like we're doing like a somewhat philosophical political discussion with Baby Yoda on the screen.
And the Disney Plus is like, do you want to watch The Mandalorian again? Like, fuck no. Fuck no.
Where people were like debating about like Deadpool breaking the fourth wall versus She-Hulk breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, well, some people were defending She-Hulk in the sense of. Because some people were saying, I don't like the fact she breaks fourth wall.
Right.
And she is a fourth wall breaking character like Deadpool.
Was she in the comics, do you know?
In the comics, yes.
Okay. I don't know She-Hulk from the comics. I really don't.
Well, no, a lot of people don't. She's one of the smaller characters.
She's pretty tertiary.
And I don't read them, to be honest. All I know is the research that
I
I've
haven't
done
read
on it,
comics.
But,
I haven't read Marvel comics since like late 90s.
I don't read comics because it's fucking embarrassing. Okay, so final thoughts on Mandalorian before we just.
The Mandalorian.
Can somebody tell me what the hell is going on?
We're doing final thoughts.
No, I mean final thoughts. Sorry, final thoughts on the Ahsoka show. I was looking at the fucking screen. Okay, final thoughts on the Ahsoka before we log off after the second episode.
As a whole, for like first two, like for both episodes, or just
for both? Up to this point, I was gonna say, kind of bland.
I'm not hating it.
Not hating it, not loving it.
You know what? Here's the thing. Like,
there was a couple stupid parts. There was a couple okay parts.
I think episode 1 was stronger than the first, but that might also be because I'm also anticipating that episode 1 is more of a setup episode, so I'm giving it a leeway, right? Like I'm basing my assumption of episode 1 of any show, like Breaking Bad, Oz, The Wire, Seinfeld, Futurama, Simpsons, whatever. First episode should be set up to some degree, right?
Yeah.
And episode 1 did nail the setup.
Or at least have a big event that
jumpstarts episode
everything.
1 decently nailed setup. It ended on the cliffhanger of her being stabbed. Unfortunately, episode 2 literally shows her in the hospital, and she's already like
once again
working a robot head.
This is an issue, I think,
Like,
because it's like the repercussions of being like run through are like not even there. Like,
there was literally none.
Oh, it was right on the side though. It's like, yeah, it was just.
They showed her having a hickey.
She had a little hickey on her thing.
She fixed a robot head.
And the other droid.
And she was out of commission for a day, so they had to use Hera.
There was a fun little fight scene on a docking bay, but it just didn't. Why was they even there?
Because we have to have a fight.
I'm saying, like, I understand we have to have a fight
every episode.
But why was the robot and the Inquisitor there? Why weren't they just on the ship to begin with? Because the ship was literally taking off. It was already moving.
What was the first line you said?
Because we had a fight scene. I guess now that I'm thinking back on it, that's really stupid. Why were they? Because he jumps onto the ship as it's moving away.
Yeah.
They were literally leaving. Like, he should have already been on the
Well,
ship.
and once again, he makes the lightsaber come back to him, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not fully boomerang. Like, he has to somewhat mind control it.
Yeah, it's definitely a force thing, yeah.
Right. Why doesn't he, like, last second...
Force twist it?
Like...
She knows. She can sense things.
But then she would have to move. Make her at least move.
She did do a nudge. I'm fine with... That's a confidence thing.
I don't care.
Okay
my point being, I'm a joker, right? Like my theory, like in life, I want to fuck with people.
Okay.
I enjoy fucking with people. It's one of those things. I
so maybe do a thing where she has to jump or get out of the way.
Just make her.
Yeah. Just
worst case,
just to make her sure that you can.
Right. Worst case scenario is she doesn't.
Yeah.
And you killed her. Great. Ahsoka's dead.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like best case scenario is she jumps. Whatever.
She does a cool flip.
Right. Once again, that's another.
Now that I'm actually like digesting it a bit, the fact that they were just sitting there waiting for her on the docking bay is very strange.
Well, that's a case of once again, shows are in this mindset of scene over story.
Yeah.
And I think some of this is a Game of Thrones issue.
Well, it's like when EFAP pointed out in that one Mandalorian episode where Bo-Katan's literally, she's like an NPC. She's sitting there like
there on her throne, right?
In an empty room, empty throne, doing nothing until like the main character comes and talks to her, and that starts the cutscene up where you're like, oh, okay, we gotta do this. And it's like, what was she doing here?
Right. But like Star Wars has leaned into that very heavily in their Disney shows.
Well, yeah,
the Mando show has been very heavy.
What hurts the stakes?
Right. The Mando show is always style over substance. There,
the big reveal of the Praetorian Guards. They kill the big guy who's gone, and then the next episode it's like you can just shoot them. And kill them. It's like,
or
they're
fact
not
that
really that bad.
If none of them they left the big guy who had the machine gun, right?
Yeah.
If all of them stayed, they would have won.
And there was no reason for him to stay.
Right.
Like he did the whole self-sacrifice thing for no reason.
And
like, why didn't he go with
him?
them?
And he literally only runs out of bullets when necessary.
He runs out. Well, you see the writer's hand.
Right.
In a lot of these Disneys, you immediately go, oh, this happened because this happened.
Right.
It doesn't feel like it happens organically or naturally.
Yeah.
It's just, this guy has to die now because we have to set up the Praetorian Guards, even though Mando's just going to shoot one of them point blank and just kill them.
Well, and
it's like, well, wait.
I thought they didn't die that way. Right. And once again, in style of substance, you get Mando being captured just for the next episode. Like, literally 5 seconds later, if you watch it chronologically,
It's bad. It's
right.
It's bad.
He's just, I'm not going to There's no words for it, almost. It's just dumb. And I feel like this didn't have too much of that. It didn't have a crazy amount of that.
No, so the opening bit with the captain for episode 1 was pretty dumb.
Right. Why would you're carrying a very if I'm transporting Goebbels to Nuremberg for trial, I'm not gonna suddenly take a random ship onto my you know what I mean?
My point is that there is some dumb stuff, but it's not so dumb that it's like crippling the story.
Right. At this point, anyway.
The bit at the end with the bad guys just being on the docking made to fight Ashoka is, now that I think about it, pretty dumb.
But we can chalk it up to the style over substance.
We can. If the story gets better, I can look back on that and go, that's fine.
Right.
But so far, what I'm seeing is sort of like a continued pattern that I've been seeing in non-Andor related stuff. So hopefully things get better.
It feels like they need one event to cause the events to continue. And the thing that causes the events to continue is a dumb event.
Well, that's...
Like, why does Ahsoka give Sabine the map for the droid to take the map from her?
I almost forgot the robot falling from the ceiling.
Right.
Like, why did that happen?
Just so they could have the robot's head.
For that... Wait, why did they... To get the map piece?
To go to Corellia.
Like, why was the robot there, though?
Right.
I was hoping you were still here.
And why was...
She said that.
Right. And why was the robot... Like, why does Ahsoka even give the map to Sabine for the robots to take it from her?
Well, originally it was the Sith apprentice, or I don't know if she's a Sith apprentice, whatever she is, and the robot.
Right.
She ran away, and apparently that robot didn't go with her. She just stayed behind, crawled up on the ceiling, and waited like a tremor or a,
and got killed anyway.
And then just dropped down and like. So like, she knew she was there. He was there, just kill him. Like,
yeah.
Why wait for the drop? I don't know.
Well, yeah. There's a dumb event like that.
So far there are some dumb events.
Yes.
So far, a little bit better than Mando Season 3.
Better than Book of Boba Fett.
Obviously better than Book of Boba Fett. Are we objectively wrong about Ahsoka?
Probably, yeah. The internet seems to love the show.
Like, love it? I mean, well, initially people were in love with Mandalorian, and that sort of changed over time, but...
I mean, the show has gotten... Like, Mando Season 1 and 2 wasn't...
I don't think we were too hard on this. This is like...
No.
The couple dumb parts that I think...
We enjoyed the show.
I think the dumb things we're talking about are pretty dumb.
Right. I think most people would probably pick those parts apart.
And super fans would just be like, oh, it's Star Wars, whatever. Be like, okay, fine.
Generally speaking, I would... Right now, after 2 episodes, I would say is equal to Mando Season 1. Like, Mando Season 1 wasn't that great, but it wasn't bad.
I'd have to think about it. Maybe. Maybe
I do remember being in love with Mando Season 1.
I enjoyed Mando Season 1 quite a bit.
But
if I rewatched it now, maybe
right,
not.
But that was that height when like the sequel trilogy sucked.
Yeah, like it was just you're grasping onto anything. Like,
right.
Fuck, give me anything.
And I do remember not being a big fan of Episode 1 though of Mando. It felt very fan film to me.
With him stumbling on the Baby Yoda.
Well, like that whole bar scene on like that tundra planet when he gets the blue alien.
Oh yeah, and it was like a Seth Rogen film or something like that.
It just felt very fan film.
It was like Superbad with aliens or whatever.
Like the guy who plays like the blue alien, I'm like, that's not a Star Wars alien. Like it just didn't look right.
All right, so before we log off, any final predictions? We got 6 episodes left. Where do you think this is going?
Thrawn obviously has to appear. He was in the trailer.
Well, are the bad guys or the good guys going to get to Thrawn first?
Bad guys will.
You sure?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I predict episode 4 for Thrawn.
So now you're changing it to 4.
I did. I honestly did.
I thought he was going to appear too.
I did. I thought the cliffhanger end note for this was going to be Thrawn at the end of this episode. And now that we're into the season, when it's going to be weekly, I feel like they're going to do it midway through the season, so episode 4.
So I don't even know if Thrawn's going to have like a big old scheme.
I don't think he will.
It's just going to be
because this is not like
you were talking about the MacGuffin earlier. Thrawn's the MacGuffin.
Yeah, well, like the map isn't like the big end all. Like they have the map.
Yeah,
but they don't have Thrawn. So
I still
Thrawn
don't
is
understand.
MacGuffin apparently.
So Thrawn, wherever he's exiled to, has to be stationary.
I guess.
Like he can't be moving around a bit.
Which, when they show him, if he is
if he's just sort of unchained and just sort of like about like, oh, you found me, like how the fuck does that even work?
Well, who made this map? They still.
Oh yeah, and why was it buried in ancient temple grounds?
Right. This is one of those Star Wars things that like everyone's just like, don't think about it. Don't think about it.
But why would they put an ancient temple? Like this doesn't make any sense. He's not like some deity.
This is like 20 years later.
He's not like an Egyptian god that like needs
It's legit only 20 years later.
He's a dude. He's just a very smart dude.
If you went missing for 20 years later, like
we found your location by deciphering these notes we found in the pyramids. Like,
I'm not making if you disappear today, I ain't making a map about you.
And if you do, don't put it in the pyramids. Because nobody's gonna fucking figure that shit out.
Ahsoka will.
Ahsoka will just go in there and.
And then next thing you know, you're being found.
And then you're found like, oh fuck, how did you find me?
Right.
You decipher the clues.
You're like naked in this like random savannah.
Just masturbating on the locals.
Right.
I don't know.
On the locals or at the locals?
At the locals and on the locals.
Okay,
sometimes
good.
it's at them. Sometimes they come over to me and it's on them, so it's fine. I don't know. So that's Ahsoka, episode 2. We got a little drunk for the second part, but that's fine.
Toil and Trouble.
Toil and Trouble, yeah. You mentioned it's Shakespeare. I mentioned it felt hocus pocus-y.
It's just dumb.
It's just children's hocus pocus. First episode was Master and the Apprentice or whatever, which was okay. All right, well, hopefully after some lengthy editing and stuff, we'll be back next week for more. You know, you could download fucking editing software and help me out with this. I could send you all the things.
Until next time. That's all the time we got here.
That's all we got, folks.